Last year, I did an NBA 2K24 experiment where we simulated the 2023 season 30 times, and after every year, the team with the lowest record was eliminated from the league, and their best player was given to whoever won the championship. Today, we're going to take it up another notch, and we're going to use the all-time rosters.
That's pretty interesting.
To see which franchise with their nearly full complement of players can come out on top. Now, we're using the exact same rules I did last time. The team that wins the championship gets the best player from the team with the worst record. And the team that has the worst record, well, all of their players have their shooting reduced to 0, their height reduced to 5'5", and they're pretty much out of the running from then on.
I'm tired as hell.
One quick note, I'm going to leave on injuries. We're going to leave in that little bit of randomness. And before we keep going, go ahead and sound off in the comments. Who do you think is going to win this thing? My guess is probably somebody like the Lakers or the Celtics, but let me know what you think. Now, without further ado,
Let's get ready to rumble!
okay, we have about 2 weeks left in the regular season, and the usual suspects are up top. Let's see who is at the bottom. Okay, now this is really surprising because the Charlotte Hornets are the only team that doesn't have anyone above 91, so I was really expecting them to be the first team to drop off, but they are in, what is that, 6th place? So let's go through. Let's see, Toronto's not very good. That's not that surprising. It's, oh my.
What's so good about Cleveland?
Cleveland is bad, but Toronto, not surprising. That's an expansion team. Phoenix, I could see it. They're not that great. Dallas, kind of a surprise. New Orleans, another team that's not super great in this. And then Minnesota Timberwolves are out of this by a game and a half. They're still about 2 weeks left, so definitely a chance they could get back in this. Let's see what they do. Come on, they get a loss there. Ooh, now they got to go up as the Bulls. It's going to be another tough game. Probably not going to win this one. That's a loss. If they lose this one, I think it's over. They get a loss to the Spurs. That's going to be all, I think. Let's check real quick. Yeah, they are 4 games back with 2 games to go, so it's going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves. Let's eulogize them real quick.
That is a word right there.
That means a team is going to add Kevin Garnett out of the gate. 98-99 overall KG is going to be joining whichever team wins this championship, so this is a big one to start us off.
Kawhi Leonard going crazy.
And pretty much exactly what we were predicting. The Lakers are going up against the Celtics. I think these two teams are probably going to dominate this. I'm hoping somebody else comes through and makes this more interesting. But let's go ahead and see who gets to add KG. It would make a lot of sense if it's the Celtics. I mean, he might actually be on this team, to be honest with you. Let's just check it really quickly. Yeah, KG is technically already on this team, but we will go ahead and add the better version if he makes it. And instead, the good KG is going to LA. Let's jump forward to season number 2, and I will show you what the Lakers look like.
The Lakers are such wussies.
Yeah, we're going to need a hero. The Lakers are already very strong. They have 4 players that are already 98 overall. This team is going to be disgusting. I think there are definitely some teams that can beat them, so I don't think it's going to be a complete steamroll, but we could be in for quite a few Lakers victories.
Yeah, mother lover.
Let's go ahead and sim forward through season number 2 and see which is our second team to get knocked out of the league. Okay, I made a mistake. I forgot to hit the record button.
Wow.
Of course, I'm an idiot, and we missed out on some really riveting stuff, but I'll go ahead and show you which team has the worst record. It was actually a barn burner. It came down to the very last game, and then that game, the Grizzlies lost to the OKC Thunder, which solidified their spot at the bottom of the totem pole, and that means Pau Gasol is going to be joining the team that won the championship. Unfortunately, we already know who that is because the Celtics have swept the Warriors. The Warriors were able to beat the Lakers in the second round, thought they might go on to win a championship. Unfortunately, it's going to Boston, which means Pau Gasol will be joining the Celtics at the start of year number 3. This time, I'm going to remember to hit the record button. We are here in year number 3, and you cannot see Pau Gasol because he's honestly pretty far down this rotation. He's all the, I mean, he's like the 3rd to last man from the bench, and I think actually Ray Allen is playing in the G League.
What?
So maybe he's the 2nd to last option on the bench, but that doesn't really matter. He's still going to make this team just a tiny bit better. Hopefully we could have somebody else win a title this year. Let's go ahead and jump to the end of this year and see which team is going to be knocked out here in year number 3. All right, the Hornets are back a game on the Pelicans, so if they can win this game, they will tie it all up with only 3 games left to go, so let's see how this one goes. The Hornets have held the lead for much of the game. However, the Pelicans have gone ahead with under 2 minutes to go. Let's see which team can get out of this one. Zion Williamson gets the ball. Easy dunk here for him. Oh my gosh.
Open your mouth wide and take it.
That makes it a 5-point lead for the Pelicans. Hornets have to have an answer here. They are at home. They're at the Beehive. Do they call it the Beehive?
What the heck are you talking about?
The Hornet Hive, I guess they're not bees. That wouldn't make very much sense. Alonzo Mourning answers the call. He puts in a dunk of his own. Not quite as high flying there as Zion's. Not as impressive, but still, We'll take the points. They're down by 3, excuse me. Baron Davis drives past his man. Actually, is that Baron Davis on Baron Davis?
Might get a little bit freaky.
Could be. Zion gets the ball at the top of the key. Gonna go to work on Ronnie Coleman? No, Ronnie Coleman. That's the that's the bodybuilder.
Yeah, buddy!
Drew Holiday's going to jack it up. He misses the shot there. Coleman gets rebound. Derek Coleman gets rebound. Does get it over to Baron Davis. So that means Baron Davis is going up against a mirror match of his younger or maybe older self. I'm not really sure on the timeline there. Gets it over to Glenn Rice. Glenn Rice pulls from 3. He misses that one. This is not Heat Glenn Rice, so maybe he doesn't have quite as good of a shot. Get it into David West. No, he does not. Drew Holiday keeps the ball. Gets it over to Davis. Baron looking for something. Does get a okay, we'll take that. Yes, sir. Zion with the alley-oop. That was kind of a weird little half screen there from Zion, but he makes it work, throws it down over his guy, gets his team up by 5 with 31 seconds left to go. Baron Davis over to Curry. Curry hits the 3. What a huge shot from Wardell.
Yeah, look at Curry, man. Just trying to do great things in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Steph and Seth are both proud. Their father hits a massive shot. 27 seconds left to go. Pelicans are nursing a 2-point lead. Can they hold on here at the end of the game? Out of the timeout, it looks like the Hornets have added in a couple of players, and that is going to be maybe their foul-taking lineup because Brandon Ingram's in the game, Anthony Davis, Chris Paul, several others. Brandon Ingram is the one going to the line. Let's see how he does here. First shot is up. It is a make. Okay. Now, the good thing about having all these good players, they're probably all going to be good at free throws. So we get into free throw situations, you probably don't have to worry about too many misses on cue. Okay, he didn't make it. Or he didn't miss it. I was worried he was going to miss it with me talking nice about him, but he does not. All right. The Pelicans have a 4-point lead, and there is only 20-something seconds left on the clock. Let's see what happens. Coming out of the timeout, the Charlotte Hornets do need to move fast. They have 26 seconds to make up a 4-point deficit. Glenn Rice with the ball, looking for something. Is he going to get a screen here from Zoe? Alonzo brings the screen. Glenn Rice gets right around his guy, kicks it out to, is that Eddie Jones? Eddie Jones buries the corner triple. What a shot there from Jones. I think it's Eddie Jones. I could be wrong. Let's see what Drew Holiday does here at the line. Drew Holiday, first shot is up. It is a miss. Drew Holiday misses a free throw. 16 seconds on the clock. His team has a 1-point lead. Got to make this one. It is a make there. Okay, he pulls it out in the clutch there, but now the Hornets only need a 2 here with 13 seconds on the clock. What is Baron Davis going to cook up? Going to work against Chris Paul. Gets a screen. Doesn't really use it. Gets it into Zoe. Zoe being guarded by Anthony Davis. Young Anthony Davis puts up a great defensive effort, and he makes Zoe miss the game tire. And now Anthony Davis will be at the line trying to put this one away. If he makes both of these, the game is for sure over. Let's see how he does. The first shot is up. That is a make. All right, second shot. This is the icer. Anthony Davis. Shot is up. He makes that one. That is your ball game, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that probably means the Hornets are out of this. I think they were behind. I could be misremembering. Ooh, I thought he was going to make it anyways. All right, let's go ahead and check and make sure that I'm not misremembering. Okay, the Pelicans have built a 2-game cushion, and the bad news, if you're a Hornets fan, is that the Pelicans do get to play the Grizzlies, who will absolutely demolish. So you got to hope that they're going to lose their other 2 games if you're that's it, actually. It's over. The Hornets are going to be the team who loses this one. Let's go ahead and see who they're going to lose. The Hornets will drop. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. So Glenn Rice is probably going to be the guy, I'm assuming. Unless injuries, it could change. I could be wrong because Kimba's hurt. Injuries could make this change, but I'm pretty confident it's going to be Glenn Rice going on to whoever wins the title. Let's jump forward and see who that is. All right, for the first time so far, we do not have the Celtics or the Lakers here in the finals. It is Warriors-Bulls. Michael Jordan wills himself past Larry Bird and gets himself into the finals. Let's see which team is going to come out on top and add Glenn Rice, which, to be honest, not that huge of a pickup, but still, we'll take it. Even with MJ, the Bulls can only get 1 victory. The Warriors win this one in 5. They are going to be adding Glenn Rice to a very good squad. Let's go ahead and jump forward and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, just like last year, I'm not really sure how much play Glenn Rice is going to get on this Warriors team.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
He's definitely an upgrade over Never Nervous Purpose, who I believe was in this position before him, but still not going to be a huge upgrade for them. Let's go ahead and jump to the end of Season 4 and see which team will be losing a player next. Okay, we have 3 days left in the NBA season, so just a game or 2 left to go, and all 3 teams are tied at 34 games back. This is going to be quite the interesting finish to the season. The news you need to know is that none of these teams get any of our last place finishers so far, which means none of them get the easiest road. I think probably the Mavericks have the best path. They only have 2 games left swept against the Hawks, whereas the Pelicans have to go up against the Warriors, and the Wizards have to go up against the Celtics. So let's see how this first day goes. It is going to be a loss for the Mavericks, a loss for the Pelicans. All three teams lose, so it comes down to the final day.
It's that time. That time.
All right, it jumped me forward, so we're just going to jump into the standings and see how it finished because I don't know who won the last games. Here we go. It is going to be the Washington Wizards. They lose 3 to end the season. Pelicans and Mavs both win on that very final day, so they are safe. Let's go check and see who is going to be leaving the Wizards in year number 5. It's going to be Wes Unseld, although technically it could be Elvin Hayes just based on the overall. We'll have to check it when we get there. I'll just make a game time decision between the two players when we learn which team wins the title. Speaking of that, let's go see what it is. All right, we have our first, I guess, upsets here. Because the Bulls and the Clippers are both 6 seeds and they both make it to the NBA championship. We're going to have a brand new champion. That's not too surprising. We're only 4 seasons into this, but this could be a big one, especially if the Bulls win because they could really use some big men. Let's see if they can pull it off. All right, it is game 7 time, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see which team is going to come out on top. Michael Jordan and D Rose are playing out of their minds and the Bulls are up by 4 with 1:19 left to go. They have the ball. Scottie Pippen is bringing the ball. He's not bringing it up the court. He's just ball handling here. MJ and Derrick Rose, actually really quickly, let me check. Apologies, we're in the middle of a game, but let me just check real quick because I think, are they fouled out? No, they're not fouled out, but for some reason, they're both out of the game. Gets it into Artis Gilmore. Artis Gilmore goes at Bob McAdoo, misses that shot. Kind of surprised there. I did say the Bulls needed a big, Artis Gilmore is definitely a big dude, but they could definitely use a power forward to go alongside him. Chris Paul, nice step back over Jerry Sloan, buries that right in the man's face. Jerry Sloan, of course, better known for his coaching abilities, but he was well known as a good defender. Unfortunately, does not show it there. Scottie Pippen doesn't care about that screen from Rodman. Instead, going to wait. He's being guarded by Kawhi Leonard, so that's a tough matchup for him. Scottie's going to pull and bury a triple. Wow, that did not happen quite a lot, if I remember correctly, but I could be misremembering Scottie Pippen's game. Anyways, the Bulls still back up by 4, and now Kawhi Leonard's going to go out Scottie. These are two great defenders playing against each other. A tough matchup there. Bob McAdoo in the post. Works, and gets a decent shot there, but misses it, and now, it was going to be a foul. Can the old ball coach put his team up by 6 with 26 seconds on the clock? First shot is up. That is a make. He's a solid free throw shooter. It looks like, yeah, D Rose back in the game, but no Jordan. That is very interesting. I'm not really sure why they're keeping Scottie Pippen in and not putting in Michael Jeffrey Jordan. But maybe they will replace Jerry Sloan with him after this timeout. Let's see what happens. On cue, MJ is in the game. They need his defense. He is going to lock this man down. I'm not sure who that is. Is that, yeah, Ron Harper, and actually a former teammate, if memory serves. Kawhi Leonard, oh my God.
It's not just when you come, like it's how hard you come.
Kawhi Leonard posters Scottie Pippen. They're probably going to lose, but man, what a play there from Kawhi. Derrick Rose going to the line. Chris Paul has now fouled out of the game. We will not be seeing any more of him. World Be Free has taken his spot, and Derrick Rose makes his free throws. His first free throw, puts the team up by 5. The second one is up, and that is another make. It is a 6-point game, 20.8 seconds on the clock. No timeouts for the Clippers here. They just have to go. Ron Harper brings the ball down the court, looking for something. Gonna try to go at his man. World Be Free jacks from 3, and I thought he was going to make it, but he misses. Artis Gilmore gets fouled. I think Artis Gilmore is actually a pretty poor free throw shooter, so he may miss these, but there's only 9.8 seconds on the clock, so it doesn't really matter, and he makes them anyways. He's like 78%. He's not too terrible. All right, second Gilmore shot is going up, and that is a make, and now let's see what there's no chance, right? There's no way that the Clippers get back in this one. The Bulls are going to win this. They are going to add Wes Unseld to their team, potentially Elvin Hayes. I think Elvin Hayes actually would be the pick. They did make a 3 there. That was nice, but it's not going to matter much. Derrick Rose is going to dribble the ball out. The Bulls are your 4th champions. They will add a player from the Wizards, either Unseld or Hayes. I will check and see which one I'd rather do. And we will go ahead and get season number 5 started up for you. It's year number 5, and here are your new look Bulls. They went and added Mr. Wes Unseld. I went ahead and changed him to being a power forward just because in the modern NBA, I think that he's going to fit a little bit better there, especially because Artis Gilmore's 7'2". And the reason I picked Unseld over Hayes is because they're both 94 overall.
I'm going to need you to pay a little bit more attention, big dog.
But Unseld has a better 3-point shot. Now, obviously, he gets a downgrade when he changes positions, but I don't really think it matters that much. Let's just go ahead and jump into year number 5 and see which team is at the bottom of the standings. All right, we're here toward the end of the season, and there's not going to be any drama this time. The Mavericks are well and truly out of this.
I need a recovery beer.
I think that means Dirk's going to be gone. Yeah, whoever wins this is going to be adding Dirk, which is a huge get. Hopefully we get someone who hasn't won a title, because I would hate to see the Celtics or the Lakers get even stronger. Okay, this could get interesting. We have Philadelphia versus Utah in this finals. Let's see which team is going to come out on top. Philly holds a 3-1 series lead. Let's check and see if the Jazz can claw it back. Yeah, not even close. Philly absolutely dominates this one. They're going to be adding Dirk Nowitzki, which is going to be a very strong addition for them. Welcome to year number 6. As you can see, Dirk Nowitzki is on the 76ers, making them a very, very good team. I mean, this is a team that has Joel Embiid coming off the bench. So they are probably going to be major players in the rest of this thing. But for now, let's go ahead and sim to the end of the season and see which team is in trouble. 2 game days left, and the Suns are down by 1 game. Let's check and see which games these teams have left to go. In a good move for our drama, they actually are going to play each other on the very last day. So let's sim through this date and see how it looks. The Pelicans lose. Both teams have lost. So it all comes down to this. If the Pelicans can win this game, they make it through. If they don't, that means it would tie back up. I'm not sure who would go through. We'll have to check, but let's see what happens in the final game of the regular season. Jason Kidd at the line. Suns up by 7. Make it. No, he sticks with 7. There is 1:40 left on the clock. Jamal Mashburn bringing the ball up the court. Chris Paul going to have to go to work very quickly. We've seen this Pelicans team do pretty well. They've done very good with Zion. Of course, he had a great game the last time we watched him. Jamal Mashburn jacks up a triple, misses, but AD there to get the rebound. I think that's over Alvin Adams. Could be incorrect, not really sure, but anyways, Devin Booker bringing the ball up the court. Steve Nash not in the game. You can see him on the sideline there. It looks like they got Matrix. Who is that? So they have Jason Kidd, the Matrix, Devin Booker. Devin Booker hits a little fadeaway in Baron Davis's face. It is back up to a 7-point game. Chris Paul bringing the ball down the court. The Pelicans have Zion, Baron Davis, Jamal Mashburn, AD, and Chris Paul. CP3 gets it into Anthony Davis. There was a steal attempt there, but it does not get it. And Anthony Davis misses the shot over Adams. Jason Kidd bringing the ball down the court. They're going to waste time. They only have 53 seconds left to go. A 7-point lead, so this team does not want to shoot quickly. Jason Kidd going to keep wasting time. This would be the perfect time to sub in someone like Steve Nash. Oh my God.
It's that Kapuya!
Please no. Oh my God. Don't do it to him, D-Book. Devin Booker pretty much ices this one. So if my memory serves, that means we're going to tie things back up unless the Pelicans have a huge run here at the end. And I'm not sure who's going to go through because both teams should have equal losses. So yeah, this is going to be a Suns win. I'm going to go ahead and jump out of this, and then I will show you which team is going to go ahead and not lose their player. All right, it is official. The Pelicans are the worst team in the NBA that still has good players. That means they are going to be giving up. Let's check real quick. Is it going to be Chris Paul? Yeah, Chris Paul is going to be going to the winner of this year's championship. Let's go ahead and see which team that's going to be. Okay, we are back to a Boston versus LA final yet again. Let's see which team is going to be adding Chris Paul and getting that much more dangerous. I guess you're probably hoping it's the Celtics because he's probably not starting over Magic, but really it doesn't matter. If you have Chris Paul on your team, whether he comes off the bench or not, that's a huge get. Okay, we are in Game 7 here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hop into this all-time rivalry series and see which team is going to be adding the services of young Chris Paul. Yeah, this one was not even close. LA is going to win this one walking away. And to his credit, KG is the leading scorer, so bringing over KG is definitely a big help so far. Chris Paul to the team, so they're going to get even stronger as you head into year number 7. Let's go ahead and jump over there. Okay, we are into year number 7, and as you can see, the Lakers are definitely starting to consolidate power. They're the first team to win 2 championships, so they definitely have the advantage right now, but we have seen quite a few teams win so far, so it's not completely a steamroll just yet.
Well, I mean, are you a smart guy?
Let's go ahead and jump to year number 7 and see which team will be losing a player. We're here toward the end of the season. As you can see, Magic are well and truly out of this. I don't think there's any chance they're going to get back into this one. Some lucky team is going to be adding Tracy McGrady, which is a huge get at this point, but let's jump into the playoffs and see which team is going to win this title. And in the finals, we get the Sacramento Kings versus the Chicago Bulls. It would be great if the Kings won here because Oscar Robertson has won the MVP almost every single year I've simmed.
Damn.
So getting him that extra help would be very nice for the rest of the save. And it looks like they're going to do it. They're up 3-1. Let's jump in and see if they can finish this one out and add T-Mac to the squad. Honestly, they barely needed Oscar Robertson for this blowout. Mitch Richmond dropped nearly 40 points, and MJ basically did not exist. If we can go see over here, look at this. 14 points and 7 turnovers in a closeout game. That is not his airness. We know.
He's the greatest basketball player in the world, but that's just awful.
But it does not matter. The Kings are going to win this one. They are going to add Tracy McGrady to the team. Let's go ahead and jump into year number 8 and see what that team looks like. T-Mac is officially a King, but this team could really use some big guys. I mean, Boogie is here. Wayne Embry, of course, is solid, but they could use some size. Either way, we're going to go ahead and sim forward to the end of year number 8 and see which team is going to be getting the chop next. We have about 5 days left in the NBA season, but I'm pretty sure the Suns are going to be out of this one at this point. They are like, what, 3.5 games back, so not a lot of room for them to make up. Unfortunately, they have lost 3 in a row, and they are probably going to be losing like Steve Nash or Jason Kidd. Let's go check. Yeah, it's Steve Nash. He's going to be going somewhere else. I'm surprised, honestly, that Jason Kidd is, well, I guess he's injured, but he's quite far down there. I would have thought he'd been a little bit higher, but that doesn't matter at this point. Somebody's going to get Steve Nash. Let's go ahead and jump forward and see which team that's going to be. It's Celtics versus Kings here in the finals. Are we going to have our first repeat champions? I know the Lakers have won 2, but the Kings will be the first team to go back to back. Let's see if they can pull it off against this very tough Boston squad.
You know, I'm tired of getting the taste of them. I want the whole load.
And they cannot. The Boston Celtics sweep the Kings out of this one. They're going to be adding Steve Nash to their already very deep NBA roster. I don't think we're getting close to risking a steamroll anytime soon, but this Celtics team is looking very spicy. They got Steve Nash coming off the bench. They could really use a better shooting guard, but, you know, I guess you could make it work with, who is that? Bill Sharman? Not a name I'm familiar with. Also, he's only 6'1", so maybe they're just going to run Paul Pierce out there. Let's go ahead and get to the end of year number 9 and see which team is going to be losing its player next. Oh boy, we only have about 7 games left, and the Cavs are back by 5 games, which means somebody is adding LeBron James.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Gotta hope it's one of the teams that haven't won multiple titles, because if the Lakers or Celtics get this guy, it might be all over. Let's go ahead and see which team is going to win the championship and the first entry in the LeBron sweepstakes. Because remember, he's also on the Miami Heat. And this time it all comes down to the Kings versus the Knicks. This will be a very interesting one. Can Patrick Ewing finally win himself a championship? And even better than that, can he add LeBron for the rest of this video? Let's find out. It looks like Patrick Ewing has been having his way with these guys.
It's a family show, y'all.
Let's see if they can finish this one out in Game 5. The season is on the line for the Sacramento Kings. They are up by 4 with 1 minute left to go. What can the Knicks do here? Walt Frazier gets the ball. Doesn't get it to... Oh my gosh.
Now that absolutely will be on shot to the pool right there.
What a terrible lob pass into Patrick Ewing. I believe that was Mitch Richmond got the ball. Gets it over to Peja. Oh, a steal from Walt Frazier. Okay, gets it back. Got to get that ball up the court. Get the ball up the court to Bernard. Nope. Okay, Bernard King gets it back to Frazier. Missed a chance there to get an easy transition bucket, but I guess you got to take what you get. Ooh, okay, I thought there was a foul. Sorry. The thing messed up. Okay, and ooh, a nice lay in there from Walt Frazier. The ticker at the bottom threw me off. I thought it went yellow, but it did not. Okay, here we go. Tiny Nate Archibald bringing the ball up the court. What is he going to do? Surprised big Oscar Robinson not in the game right now. Ooh, okay, they are going to foul. They're going to send Mitch Richmond to the line. Richmond having a decent day, I think. Let's go ahead and check really quickly to see if Oscar Robinson is fouled out of the game or what's going on here. Okay, basically no one is in foul trouble for either team.
Some affection from Dwight Howard.
So I'm not really sure why like T-Mac's not in here, why Big O's not in, but whatever. You'll take what you can get. Mitch Richmond, first shot is up. That is a make. That is going to put his team up by 3. It looks like, oh, Carmelo's checking in. Not sure who that guy is that's checking in. I'm sure you Nick. Oh, is that Dave DeBuscher? I think that is him. Okay, he's going to check in. I believe, is that Big O? No, T-Mac, yeah, Big O and T-Mac both check in, and now it's back to a 4-point game, 27 seconds left on the clock. The Knicks are going to call a timeout. Remember, they do have 2 more games, to close this one out if they lose this one, so not a huge one if they can't pull this one off, but you would like to see them win this here in Sacramento. Of course, their fans, I'm sure, would love for them to bring it back to the Garden, but I guess it is sweeter to win at home, but I don't know. There's something about winning on the road. Misses the shot. Patrick Ewing gets the board and throws that thing down right in Chris Webber's face. I don't know. I would like to win on the road because I would like to talk a lot of crap when I was doing it. So personally, ooh, did he get out of bounds? No, that's going to be a foul. Okay. Walt Frazier gets the foul. Big O going to the line. Big O could put this one, not away, but could definitely make this tough. He makes his first shot, makes it a 3-point game, 21.5 seconds left on the clock. If he makes this, it's going to be very tough to the Knicks get back in. They have a lot of good 3-point shooters. He misses, gets it up to Walt. Walt, he doesn't have to take a shot right away. They can play for the last shot. Instead, he's going to go at the lane. Ooh, what a step back in T-Mac's face to make this a 1-point game. So at worst, even if T-Mac makes both of these free throws, the Knicks will have a chance to tie it. And keep in mind, they do have prime. Is it prime? It's close to prime Carmelo Anthony on this squad. So definitely somebody who can make a 3 in the clutch, but T-Mac misses the first shot. Oh my gosh, they can make it 2 and tie this. Okay, come on, T-Mac, you got to make this one. T-Mac, shot is up. T-Mac makes that one, puts it away. It is a 2-point game, 13 seconds on the clock. What are the Knicks going to draw up here? They have no timeouts. They just have to go. Melo with the ball, looking, trying to find somebody. He's going to go to work. He's got Peja. No, is that Pau Gasol on him? A mismatch there. He goes at his man and hits the shot. It's a tie ball game. We are going into overtime. I will check you back when the game is close to over. 1:19 left on the clock, and as you can see, the Kings have really pulled away, so it doesn't look like Carmelo's shot at the end is going to matter much. Wayne Embry with the ball, finds McGrady. I think this one's pretty much over. I'm not really sure if there's any way that the Knicks can get back into this one. Again, they're going to have more chances to win, so not too big of a loss here for them. They get a chance to take it back to the Garden and win it in front of the home crowd. Walt Frazier's going to keep trying, though. This is definitely the mismatch, I think. Walt Frazier, much smaller than Mr. Big O. I mean, he is Big O for a reason, and he is going to lead his team to a victory. So I'll go ahead and catch you back when we get to New York in Game 6, see if the Knicks can close it out, or if we're going to go into a game number 7 back here in Sacramento. The Kings are trying to light that beam on the road. They are here in the Garden, and they are up by 4 with 1:10 left on the clock. The Knicks have to play some good defense here and then have to make their shots, or else we're going back to Sacramento, or I guess it could be Cincinnati. I don't know if more Cincinnati Royals are on this team than Sacramento, but either way, the Knicks here are trying to get back into this one. But Big O is maybe not going to let him. Puts up a 3. That could be huge. Misses that shot. Okay, again, I don't know if he's a great three-point shooter. I mean, it's not like they shot a lot of threes back then, so it's hard to say. But Richie, is it Guerin? Who? Richie Guerin. I'll have to look that up and pronounce it correctly later. But for now, Richie is being guarded by Peja Stojakovic. I believe I said that was Pau Gasol earlier. I misspoke. I apologize. Richie gets by his man, puts up a shot, but misses that shot. Jerry Lucas gets the board, gets it over to Mitch Richmond. Mitch Richmond goes to the line with the chance to make this a 7-point ball game with 31 seconds on the clock. He makes the first. Carmelo Anthony's checked back in. It looks like Walt Frazier's checked back in. The Knicks have in their best players. Okay, he misses that one, but C-Web gets the board, and C-Web is going immediately back to the line. The Knicks are falling apart here at the end. They had a 3-1 series lead, and now the Kings have clawed their way back into Game 7. Chris Webber's shot is up. He makes both of his free throws. It's a 7-point game, 30 seconds left. Not much the Knicks can do here. They're going to have an incredible shooting performance from somebody like Carmelo Anthony. Let's see if they can do it. The Knicks have gone, it looks like they've gone small ball here. Who is the Butcher going to get it into? Gets it into Patrick Ewing, over to Melo. Melo got to work quick. He's not doing it. He's going pretty slow. We see this happen way too often with the computer. Come on, they got to put up a shot here. You're down by 7. You got to shoot. They're down by 7. The Butcher shoots and buries that triple. Okay, huge shot there from what I think must be their power forward because he's guarding Chris Webber. I'm not really sure how tall Davey Boy is. Richie fouls out. 13 points on the night for him. T-Mac is going to the line, trying to put the team back up by 6 here. Again, he missed a free throw in the last game. Can he make them both here? He makes the first, and the second shot is up, and that is a make. That is going to be your ball game, I'm pretty sure, folks. 6 points in 17 seconds is too tough for this team, I believe. Let's see what Melo does. They got to move fast, and the computer hates to do that. The Butcher puts it up, misses that one. That is going to be the ball game. We are going to Sacramento for game number 7. I will see you there. And the Sacramento Kings are adding LeBron James to the roster. That is a huge get for them. They could become the heavy favorites at this point. They have Big O, they got T-Mac, they got LeBron James. If they're able to pick up a center here in the next few years, they are going to be very, very tough to beat. Let's go ahead and jump into, I think, year 10 and see what this Kings roster looks like. Yeah, this Kings roster is getting ridiculous. Let's go ahead and hop to the end of the year and see who's next. Okay, it looks like we're getting back-to-back uber athletic small forwards because the Raptors are well and truly out of this. They are going to be the next team to lose a player, which means Vince Carter is the prize this year. I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised by this outcome. Sacramento is out in round number 1, and we get a rematch we've had several times so far. Lakers versus Celtics here in the finals. Somebody's adding Vince Carter. Who's it going to be? It takes them 7 games, but the Lakers come out on top. They add another piece to their puzzle. This also makes them the first 3-time champ so far. Let's go ahead and jump to year number 11. Yeah, this Laker team is pretty ridiculous at this point. We may have a steamroll brewing, but hopefully a couple other teams can make some noise. Let's go ahead and jump to the end of the year and see which team is losing a player next. It is the last day of the season, and as you can see, the Clippers and the Trailblazers are tied on 25 games back. Right now, the Clippers will be going through. There's 1 game left. Let's see how the two teams do. Both of these teams are going to get wins because they play teams that have already been eliminated. So I think that means the Clippers are going to be out, but let's make sure. Unfortunately, I am incorrect.
I think it's an issue with your head, man.
The Trailblazers are going to be going out. So does that mean Bill Walton? Let's check real quick. No, it is Clyde Drexler, actually. So somebody's going to be adding Drexler. A big get there. Would love to see him go to a team like the Warriors or something like that. I feel like he'd be a good fit there. Let's go ahead and see who's going to win these finals. Okay, we have a new team in the finals. A bit of a dark horse candidate here in the Denver Nuggets. They were the 3 seed, but still kind of surprising to see them make it past the Lakers and the Sacramento Kings. But down, they'll be going up against Dirk Nowitzki's Philadelphia 76ers. Let's see how they do. Okay, it is game 7 here. Let's jump into this one, see which team comes out on top. Well, there you have it. The 76ers are going to pick this one up. Denver fought hard, but unfortunately...
No.
I need to go home.
76ers started to look strong, but the question really at this point is, can anyone keep winning titles so they can get up there with the Lakers? Let's go ahead and sim to the end of the season and see who's going to be the next team up. Before we get to the bottom and see which team is going to drop out of this, I want you to pay attention to this because this is very key. Look at the Lakers. They're in 6th place. There is hope that at the end of this, they could bomb out of it and we could actually have somebody usurp them.
The Lakers are such wussies.
But for now, let's go ahead and jump to the end, see who's going to be at the bottom. Is it that no, it's going to be the Pacers are currently at the bottom by 3 games. There's not many games left, so it's probably going to be Indiana. My guess is that means they'll lose Paul George, but let's check real quick before the last game just to see if anything changes really quickly. It is going to, of course... Yes, the Pacers are out of this and they will be losing. Honestly, a little surprised this team has made it so far. They don't have a ton of 90 rated talent, but Paul George will be the prize this year. Let's see who's going to win him. In the finals, we have the Kings versus the Celtics. The Lakers actually got pipped in round number 1 by Golden State, so they didn't even have a chance. Let's see who's going to win this one though. And the Kings come out on top in 5. That means they will be adding Paul George to a roster that already includes LeBron, T-Mac, and Oscar Robertson. This team is going to be absolutely deadly moving forward. We are starting to get some super teams forming. This could sort of start to be the beginning of the end. We're almost halfway through, which means we're going to start losing teams that are very good, and the teams that are already good are going to get incredible. But for now, let's go ahead and send to the end of the season and see which team will be losing their player next. We are here with 1 game left. The Nuggets are only down by 1, so there's a chance they could come back in this and tie it back up, but I think they're probably still going to lose. I'll go ahead and sim forward, see what happens, and I'll let you know which player is going to be up for grabs in this year's finals. Officially, it was the Nuggets. That means Jokic is now up for grabs.
No. I need to go home.
This could be a huge one, especially if the Kings win this. Remember, they've needed a big guy. This could be the answer. But it is going to be this old matchup once again, Lakers versus Celtics. This is probably like the 3rd or 4th, maybe even 5th time this has happened. Let's see who wins this round. And the Lakers come out in 5. That means this team is getting another. I think this makes 5 98 overall player added to its roster. I'm not going to say this is over because they have struggled at times, but this team is going to be very tough to beat. Okay, Jokic is only 97 overall.
No, that's the best.
But it doesn't really matter. This team is getting ridiculous. I mean, at this point, the lowest rated player on the team, I think, is Wilt Chamberlain at 91 overall. So this team is going to be very tough to beat. Let's go ahead and jump to the end of the season and see what happens next. See, this is good news. The Lakers are not dominating quite as much as you would think they would. I mean, they're only 3 games back, so it's not like they're terrible. Let's see who's at the bottom. It is going to be is that the Hawks? Ooh, the Hawks are down by 3, and there's basically no time left. So the Atlanta Hawks are going to be losing, and who will they get? I'm actually kind of curious. Will it be Pettit? No, Pettit is, it could be either of them. We'll just see which team wins and we'll give them whichever player would fit best with that lineup. Let's go ahead and see who's going to win this title. Okay, we get Warriors versus Bulls. Both of these teams have won a title, but it has been a little bit. Let's see which team is going to be adding either Bob Pettit or Dominique Wilkins. Okay, it's Game 7 time, everybody. Will MJ or Steph come out on top? This one was very close, but the Warriors went on a tear in the 4th. As you can see, they outscored the Bulls 37-20.
Look at Curry. So inspirational, man.
And they are going to win this one. The Warriors are making a new addition. I think I'm probably going to go with Dominique Wilkins for them. Let's go ahead and jump forward and see what their team looks like. Well, as you can see, I went ahead and decided to give them Bob Pettit instead of Dominique Wilkins because they could really use some size. Now, Pettit is just slightly bigger, so not that big of a difference, but I think it's going to fit the team a little bit better, especially with his rebounding. Let's go ahead and jump into this season, which I believe is season number 15, so we're halfway through after this is over.
I'm tired as hell.
All right, it is the last day of the season, and as you can see, the Spurs and the Thunder are tied on 18 games back, 50 wins apiece. Let's see which team is going to drop out. This could be huge because that's Tim Duncan and probably Kevin Durant, so somebody's going to get a massive player here. Okay, bad news, Thunder fans. The Spurs get a guaranteed win, and you have to go up against the 76ers. So I think this is probably going to be Thunder falling out, but let's go ahead and sim it and see what happens. The Thunder somehow pulled it out. I guess maybe the 76ers were resting players, and that means the Spurs are the ones that go down. Tim Duncan is now up for grab. This is a massive one. Let's see who gets him. Okay, the Warriors make it all the way back. Can they make it 2 for 2 and add an even better power forward than Bob Pettit? No, it's the Celtics. They grabbed this one in 6. They're going to add Tim Duncan, and it has been a while since the Celtics won, so this is good for them to stay in the running for the end of this thing. With Tim Duncan in tow, the Celtics now have 3 98 players. Still not quite up there with the Lakers, but getting close. Let's go ahead and send to the end of this season and see who's next. It is the last game of the season, and the Pistons are out of this by 1 game, and the Nets have the Rockets, which is a tough matchup, but the Pistons have the Kings, so I think they're probably going to be out of this. Let's see how they do. Maybe the Kings are resting their players ahead of a playoff run, because Detroit is going to win. However, even though the Nets do lose, the Pistons are still below them in the standings, so let's see who's up for grabs this year. Okay, it's going to be Isaiah Thomas. Not the biggest get.
I don't know what he was talking about, but
whoever picks him up is probably going to be pretty happy. All right, it's Knicks Warriors in the finals. The Knicks have not won a title yet. The Warriors, I think, have 2. So for competitive sake, we're hoping the Kings win, but I kind of doubt that's going to happen. Yeah, Golden State wins this one in 5. Pretty easy series for them. They're going to add Isaiah Thomas to an already stacked roster. Let's go ahead and skip to the next season. Again, I don't really think Isaiah Thomas is changing much, but the Warriors are still a pretty solid team. Let's go ahead and jump to the end of the season. We are getting down to the nitty-gritty, and unfortunately,
I mean, that net's not adequate.
Which means somebody is adding Dr. J to the roster. Let's see which team wins a title and wins his signature. Okay, the Warriors are back in the title chase once again. They have won 2 of the last 3. Can they make it 3 for 4, or will the 76ers get back on top? Let's find out. The 76ers are up 3-2. Let's jump into this one and see what happens. We're at Golden State, and the team that is down in the series 3-2 finds themselves up by 5 with 1:16 on the clock. It looks like we're going to have a game 7, but let's see how they close this one out. Durant working on Wilt Chamberlain. What a weird matchup there, especially when they have Dirk Nowitzki in the lineup, but it doesn't really matter. In fact, they're currently running, if I'm seeing correctly, they have Wilt Chamberlain, Moses Malone, Joel Embiid, and Dirk Nowitzki all in at the same time. This is like the opposite of the Warriors' death lineup, and Moses Malone puts in a shot over Bob Pettit. The Warriors just have no size in comparison. I mean, Wilt Chamberlain is out there. We do have 2 Wilts in this game right now, but for now, it's just going to be Curry versus Iverson. Curry gets a complete ISO. Oh, that was an interesting little move. I thought he was going to carry there, or at least shoot, but apparently not going to be the... oh, he gets it off. He gets it off over Embiid. I thought Embiid was going to block that. He does not. It is a 3-point game, 28 seconds on the clock. Chamberlain has the ball. Really, right now, if you're the Philadelphia 76ers, you got to put in some other players because they need some scores. They have to go to Dirk. Look at Dirk, my man. Ooh, we don't go to him, but Wilt puts it back up in, and Dirk had the huge mismatch. He was being guarded by Steph Curry there, but they don't go to him. 16 seconds left on the clock. Warriors have a 1-point lead. They call a timeout. They're probably going to foul immediately, and then we'll see who goes to the line and what they do. Let's see what happens. Okay, the Warriors have made the interesting decision to take out Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant here with the game on the line. Isaiah Thomas going to the line. I think he's a pretty solid free throw shooter, but I have to imagine Curry is better, so I'm not really sure why they pulled him out of the game. Isaiah does make the first shot. He's an 85% free throw shooter, so he should probably make both of these. Second shot is up. That's going to be a make in the clutch. Isaiah makes it happen. 15.5 seconds left. Who are the 76ers going to go to? They have Dirk. They have Iverson. Let's see what they do. All right, it doesn't look like they subbed in not Dr. J, Clyde Drexler, so they could go to him. They go to Dirk. Dirk, actually, that's a pretty good shot right there, but he misses the shot. The rebound goes to Wilt Chamberlain. Isaiah Thomas going to go to the line and try to ice this one. Wow, that was pretty wide open by Dirk standards, but he misses the corner jumper. Ooh, okay, there's a miss from Isaiah. Uh-oh. Is the pressure cooking too hard for him? No, he makes the second one. It's a 4-point game. This one is probably over. We'll write it out, and then we'll jump into game 7 if it happens. Gets it quickly up to Billy Cunningham. Billy Cunningham pulls and misses the shot. Moses Malone gets the rebound, gets it back out to Clyde Drexler. Clyde Drexler is going to hit that. There's a chance, a very, very small chance. They definitely are going to have some time. Get in the foul, 1.1 second. If Klay makes the first and then misses the second on purpose, that would make a lot of sense. He makes the first halfway through. Is he going to go for the make or a purposeful miss? He goes for the make. He does make it. Okay, 76ers, full court shot. Clyde Drexler winds up. Come on, baby. Ooh, it rims out. The Golden State Warriors hold on to win this one. We are headed into game 7. I will see you there. Well, this one got a little bit away from the Warriors. The 76ers are going to pick this one up. The Warriors don't win 3 out of 4, which is probably good news for the rest of the league. Let's go ahead and jump forward to the next season. Okay, I knew this was possible, but I didn't really clock it was about to happen. Dr. J is now playing alongside Dr. J.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So this team has 2 doctors on the team. I don't know what that means, but let's go ahead and sim forward, get through this season, and see where we stand. All right, we're at the end of the season. 1 game left. The Clippers are currently down. I will go ahead and sim forward and let you know which player is going to be up for grabs this year. Here before the playoffs start, it is officially the Clippers. That means either Kawhi Leonard or Bob McAdoo are up for grabs. I'll make the decision based on which team wins. We're here at the end. It's Boston versus Kings. It has to be said, I think the East is much easier because Boston is almost always coming out. Let's see if they can come out on top here if the Kings are going to pick up yet another victory. It is going to be Boston. They win this one in 5. I think they can probably get more out of Kawhi, so we're going to send him there.
Kawhi Leonard are going crazy.
I'll see you in the next season. Celtics are looking mighty strong. Of course, Lakers, Kings, all those other teams are still pretty good too. But let's go ahead and send them to the end of the season and see who's next. Okay, we got a lot of teams bunched up here at the very back. We got the Thunder, Bucks, Heat, and Rockets all with one game left to go. So I'll jump forward and let you know which player is going to be the prize this year. And it is going to be the OKC Thunder falling here. That means Kevin Durant is up for grabs. Another huge player that could help almost any team. Let's go ahead and see who's going to win. I feel like we've seen this story quite a few times. Warriors versus 76ers here in the finals. And if the Warriors win, that means they're going to have two Kevin Durants.
Nope, I'm out. Nope.
So let's, I guess, hope that doesn't happen. It has been a back and forth affair. We are in game 7. Let's hop in and see which of these teams coming on top. I thought this one was going to be close here for a minute. I mean, it is a 5-point game with 40 seconds left to go. So the Warriors could get back in this. Let's just see. And they do not. They're going to lose by 3, and that means that KD is joining the 76ers. That is going to be a team with a very stacked small forward position. Let's go ahead and jump forward to, I think, season number 20. We are almost 2/3 of the way done with this thing. It's going to be tough to knock any of these teams off, and after the season's over, we're going to be 2/3 of the way done.
I'm tired as hell.
So we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Let's see what happens at the end of this year. It is the last day of the season, and the Bucks and the Heat are tied here at 14 games back. Now, if the Heat were to lose, that would be LeBron James up for grabs once again. Of course, an older version, but still 99 overall. So this could be huge for whoever wins the championship. I will go ahead and send forward and let you know which player is going to be up for grabs. And it's official. The LeBron James lottery is back open for business.
I dropped my hot pocket.
Let's see who gets the Miami Heat version of the King. We have a potential Cinderella story brewing here. The Rockets have made it all the way to the NBA Finals. They have not won a title yet. This would be a huge get for them. And the Rockets are up 3-1. It looks like James Harden has just been going off this series. Let's jump in and see if they can finish this thing out. 134.
Can you bring me some water?
1:34 left on the clock. The Rockets hold a 4-point lead. Yao Ming puts up a shot. He does make it, brings it to a 5-point lead. And the good news for the Rockets is that Clyde Drexler has fouled out of the game. Julius Erving sitting on 5 fouls. So they definitely have a couple of their guys in foul trouble. Yao's going to miss that one. Here we go. Iverson gets the ball. It's a 5-point lead for the Rockets. 1:29 left on the clock. What can the Sixers draw up here? A good screen there from Dr. J. Yao being, oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, whoa. Okay. Come on, Yao. Get in the game. Come on, Yao, get in the game. Okay, sorry. Dirk Nowitzki gets gets a shot off over Yao and then actually gets the rebound, but is unable to make it work. Who is Murphy? I apologize, Rockets fans. I'm not sure who Murphy is. While I'm trying to figure out who that guy is, KD almost forces a steal, gets a jump ball against James Harden. Of course, has a big size advantage, so he should get this. Although if he tips it back, he might tip it back to Yao, which would be a mistake. No, he does get it to Dirk. Dirk with the ball, gets it up to Erving. Erving gonna go at Moses Malone, and okay. He thought about trying to dunk on him, but Moses Malone not going to let that happen. Irving's going to have to earn these the hard way. Dr. J, first shot is up. That is a make. It is now a 4-point game with 1:02 left on the clock. Didn't see who checked in there. I think that's Joel Embiid, and Irving knocks down both free throws. Huge for him there. Murphy with the ball again. Who is that? Let me just check real quick. I don't know who this Murphy guy is.
He had a brain lapse.
All right, that's Calvin Murphy, who I got to be honest, have not heard of him before. Here we go. James Harden, have heard of him. Gets it into Moses Malone. Moses Malone tries to dunk it over Embiid. Can't do it, but gets his own rebound and puts that one up and in. It is back to a 5-point lead. Here we go. Allen Iverson bringing the ball down the court. 47 seconds left to go. They do not have to shoot a 3, but they do need to start moving quickly. Good screen there from Irving. Gets it into Nowitzki. They really like this move here, and they've been doing it, and that time it works. I'm not really sure why they subbed out Yao and put in Elvin Hayes. Yao is playing very good defense, but unfortunately, Elvin Hayes, unable to do it there. Murphy gets a screen, gets it into, oh my gosh, Moses Malone, what a move. Such a good pick and roll game there from Calvin Murphy. I got to put some respect on that man's name.
He is him.
I may not have heard of him or don't remember him before today, but he has been playing lights out so far. 28 seconds left to go. 5-point lead for the Rockets. They're trying to win the Miami Heat version of LeBron James, so this is a huge game for the team. All right, the Sixers don't have a ton of time on the clock. They do have really good shooters. They got KD, they got Dirk, so they definitely are still in this. Although, if you remember last time we watched this team play, Dirk Nowitzki missed a game winning, I think it would have been, 3 in the corner there. Dr. J misses a relatively easy lay-in, fouls James Harden, and he is actually, Dr. J just fouled out of the game too. And I do have to note, though, that they do have 2 versions of Dr. J, so you might see a different Dr. J check-in. In fact, you do.
I'm just a little shook up. That's all that is.
And James Harden he makes both his free throws. Too focused, unfortunately, on the Dr. J's, but it is now a 7-point game. This is probably going to be all she wrote unless they can make something happen quick. Nowitzki jacks up a triple. That is a killer. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Houston Rockets are going to win the services of Miami Heat's LeBron James, making them pretty much an instant contender, to be honest, with Yao, LeBron, James Harden. I don't know if they're going to be able to hold on and beat some of these other super teams, but they definitely have a chance now. So let's go ahead and jump forward into year number 21. We are in the home stretch now, and as you can see, this Rockets team has gotten very, very good. LeBron, Hakeem, Moses Malone, James Harden, Clyde Drexler, T-Mac. They have almost immediately catapulted themselves into the top ranks. Let's go ahead and sim to the end of the season and see which team is going to be losing a player next. Okay, we have another logjam and theoretically could be losing our first champion because the Bulls are in trouble. They're only 1 game ahead of the Jazz.
He's not even in my league.
The Bulls, Bucks, and Jazz have 1 more game to figure this thing out. I'll go ahead and sim through it and let you know which player is going to be up for grabs in this year's finals. It is officially the Milwaukee Bucks' turn to drop out of this, which means some lucky team is going to be adding Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 99 overall. Here we go. Houston is back in the driver's seat. They have to go through Philadelphia, though, so it's going to be a tough test. Let's jump in and see which team comes out on top. And it comes down to game number 7. Let's see who's going to add Kareem to their roster. Philly has stretched this out to a 10-point lead with 1:17 on the clock. We will watch it. I don't think it's going to get close. Yeah, they are going to win by 11. The Philadelphia 76ers are going to be adding Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to an already stacked roster. Let's go ahead and jump to the next season and see what the team looks like. Between Dirk and Kareem, they have maybe the most dominant big men in the game at this point.
I was born in the paint.
Let's go ahead and sim forward to the end of the year and see what happens. Oh boy, it's the last game of the year, and the Lakers and the Kings are tied with the Utah Jazz for the worst record in the league. We could be losing one of our monster teams. I am looking right now, and it looks like every team is playing a team that is already out of the running, which means they will all win. And that means if this holds, which I don't see how it wouldn't, the Kings are going to be knocked out.
You don't always win.
And someone's going to be adding, I believe, LeBron James. Let's go ahead and sim and make sure I'm not wrong. The Kings are out of this, and that means that the LeBron sweepstakes are open for the 3rd time this save. I did not think this was going to happen. I thought the Kings were going to make it pretty far. Let's see who's going to add young LeBron James to their roster. All right, the Lakers were in trouble, potentially going to be out of this, and now they're in the finals with a chance to beat the 76ers and win the rights to LeBron James. However, the 76ers just got very strong, adding Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, so this is going to be a tough one. Let's see who wins. A couple weeks ago, the Lakers were almost out of this thing. Now they're up 3-1 on the 76ers. We'll jump in and see if they can finish this thing out. 1:33 left on the clock. This game is tied. Can the Lakers finish this thing out? Nowitzki hits a big step back there, knocks it down right in LeBron's face. So remember, this is going to be the team of LeBrons. They're going to have LeBron and LeBron. Just looking at this roster is absolutely wild. They have Magic Johnson, LeBron, Jokic, Kareem, and KG all out there right now, and they're going up against Kareem, Allen Iverson, Moses Malone, Joel Embiid, and Dirk Nowitzki. Nowitzki, ooh, he had a shot, but he didn't take it. Gets it over to Iverson. Iverson definitely has a mismatch here. Not going his way, really, because Magic Johnson is way bigger than him. Nowitzki gets the ball back. He potentially could have a mismatch there, but he doesn't take advantage of it. He's a bit bigger than LeBron, although we all know LeBron could definitely hold his own in the post. What a move there from Iverson. Puts his team up by 4, trying to keep Philadelphia in this. They're down 3-1 right now.
Whoa, that was too close for comfort.
So they definitely need a victory here. Magic Johnson takes a screen from LeBron, gets it over to Garnett. Garnett has a small man on him. That's Moses Malone, and Garnett is going to pop and miss the shot. Moses Malone picks up the rebound, and he will be going to the line. Excuse me, no, he will not, because they had a foul to give, so it's probably going to be Allen Iverson heading to the line, actually. It looks like a bunch of people have checked in. I think that was Chris Paul, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, and who's that? Is that Elgin Baylor? Elgin Baylor checks in, and he's going to foul Dr. J. And remember, this team has 2 Dr. J's, so don't get confused. I know it's it's a bit weird right now, but here we go. Dr. J's first shot is up. That's going to be a make. That puts his team up by 5 with 32 seconds left to go. So they probably are going to win this one here in Philly. We're going to go back out to LA and see if the Lakers can close this one out, or if the 76ers can force a Game 7. But let's see if Kobe has something in his veins right now. They're going to call a timeout. We'll see what they do coming out of it.
Take a look at Kobe Bryant.
All right, the Lakers are probably out of this, but they definitely have the shooters to get back in it. Kobe's in there. They got Chris Paul, Elgin Baylor. I mean, Elgin Baylor's a decent shooter, but Kobe is definitely the one they're going to get it to. Excuse me, they get it to Garnett. Garnett to Allen Iverson. Excuse me, to Chris Paul, who makes a shot over Allen Iverson. I'm not sure why I got thrown off there.
It's an honor to get to hear your voice. Appreciate you.
But anyways, here we go. Clyde Drexler's going to the line. It's a 4-point lead for his team. 21 seconds on the clock. If he makes either of these, it's probably over. Let's see what he does. First shot is up. That is a make. And second shot goes up. And he also... Oh, no, he missed that one. Shaquille gets the rebound. And gets it up to Chris Paul, who gets it to Kobe. Kobe, I don't know about that, Kobe. Yeah, not his best shot ever. That is going to be your ball game, folks. We will go ahead and get out of here. Jump forward into game number 6. See if LA can finish this thing out at home. Uh-oh. The 76ers have forced game 7. Let's jump in. I think it's going to be in Philly, so this is going to be a tough one for the Lakers. Unfortunately, we only had one close game. The Lakers are going to win this one. They're up by 11. Yeah, they win this one by 8. That means they'll be adding LeBron James, so they'll have 2 of him on the team. Very good for them. Let's go ahead and jump forward. I'll show you what the Lakers look like now. It's getting pretty spicy, ladies and gentlemen. Are we going to have LeBron and MJ up for grabs in back-to-back seasons? It's definitely possible. And despite Karl Malone winning MVP, the Jazz are going to be the team that's knocked out, so somebody's going to be getting a 97 overall power forward. Let's go see who that's going to be. Okay, the Lakers actually lose to the Jazz in the second round, so that's surprising. It ends up with us getting the Warriors versus the 76ers. Let's see which team is going to be adding Karl Malone to their roster. Warriors hold a 3-2 series lead. Let's see if they can finish this out here in game 6. The Warriors have stretched this one out to a 7-point lead. I think they're going to go ahead and win this one. Yeah, that one is over for them. They are going to win by 7. They're going to be adding Karl Malone to the roster, a big get for Golden State. Let's jump forward and I'll give you a look at their new team. Warriors continue to get stronger, and as you've seen, they've been doing very well in this save. Let's go ahead and sim to the end of the season and see which player is going to be up for grabs next. Oh no. We only have one game left, and the Warriors are in last place. They just won a title. They just added Karl Malone. They have like Wilt, Steph, tons of good players, and they are going to get bopped out of this. Oh, this is bad news. That means 99 overall Wilt Chamberlain is going to be up for grabs in these playoffs. Let's see who's going to take him. And here we go. The Lakers and the Bulls. If the Bulls can pull off this one, they have a legitimate chance to jump back in this. They have not been doing so hot so far, but hopefully we can turn around here. And they come through. Michael Jordan wins the series in 5. That means the Bulls are going to have Jordan and prime Wilt Chamberlain. All right, let's go look at the full team, and I believe year number 25.
Can you get him another beer?
Okay, things are getting interesting. The Bulls are a late entry, but they definitely have a chance. Let's sim to the end of the year and see which player is on the chopping block next. All right, we are down to the final 6 teams, and it is very tight. As you can see, the Lakers are up top. Now, they do have a little bit easier path because they and the Rockets are the only teams out in the West that are still available. Right now, the Knicks are in the danger zone, but Chicago is not far behind. Let's go ahead and jump to the end of the season. I'll tell you which player everyone's going to be going for. And the Knicks have bombed out of this. Walt Frazier's up for grabs. Let's see who grabs it. All right, the Knicks almost played their way into the finals, which I guess in that case we would have had to drop out the Bulls maybe, but it is going to be Rockets Bulls here in the finals. Somebody's adding Walt Frazier. Let's find out who it is. Yeah, the Bulls walk away with this one in 5 games. Not very exciting, to be honest with you. That means Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain will be adding Walt Frazier to the roster. I'll go ahead and jump forward and show you what their team looks like now. Okay, the Bulls have won back-to-back titles. They're going on a little bit of a run here. Can they keep it going? They have Walt Frazier now. Let's go ahead and jump forward to the end of the year and see what happens. The Rockets are the only team that is safe. And really, they're not even safe, technically. Every single team is within 1 game of each other here. We're just going to have to sim forward, and I'll show you which team loses. All right, sorry to the Boston Celtics. You are going to be gone. I think that means somebody's adding Larry Bird, although it could be Tim Duncan. We'll just... Bill Russell also. They have so many guys. Oh, my gosh. This is ridiculous. All right, unless the Celtics are able to come back and win a title, they're going to be dropped off. What I'm going to do is if they can win a title, we're going to go up 1 spot and take the Bulls player. So Celtics fans, make sure you're rooting for them right now. They need it.
Acknowledge me, please.
They're in the finals. There's a legitimate chance the Celtics could steal this one. Let's see what happens. But the Rockets smack them down in 5 games. That means Houston is going to add one of their 99, 98 overall players. I'm going to pick their player based on the best fit for the Rockets, and then I will show you what that team looks like in year 27. It's really coming down to the wire here, folks.
Are you not entertained?
All right, I went ahead and went with Larry Legend here. Made him a power forward. I think that's going to fit the team best. And as you can see, the Rockets are looking very good. Now, both conferences have 2 teams left. We're down to the final 4. We got the Rockets, the 76ers, the Bulls, and the team that I would have considered from the jump the favorites, the LA Lakers, are still hanging around. Let's get to the end of the year and see which of these teams is going to be knocked off next. It is official. The Lakers have fallen out of this.
These guys, man.
LeBron James back up for grabs. Although, to be fair, it could be either of the. I don't know exactly who's going to be the guy, but I'm guessing it's probably going to be LeBron. He is a straight 99. I think the other guys are boosted up from the season. But unless they can play their way into the finals and win this thing, the Lakers are going to be knocked out here at the Final Four. Let's see if they can do it in the playoffs. And it is official, the Lakers are done. Are the 76ers or the Rockets going to win the LeBron James lottery? Now, it should be noted that, the Rockets already have one LeBron James, so if they add another one, we could be in trouble. Let's jump in and see who wins this. The 76ers are up 3-2. Let's hop into game 6 and see if they can close this one out. No chance here for the Rockets. The 76ers are going to win this one relatively easily. They will be adding LeBron James to the roster. Let's jump forward and look at the final 3. And then there were 3. The 76ers win the title. They add Mr. LeBron James. Of course, the younger version of LeBron. Let's go ahead and jump to the end of the season and see how this one finishes. Okay, here is the moment of truth. We have 1 game left, and it looks like the 76ers are gonna be out of this. The final is going to be the Rockets versus the Bulls, unless Philadelphia can win themselves a title, and then they would knock the Rockets out, which would be very interesting because we would have an all-Eastern conference into this thing. But either way, let's go ahead and hop into the playoffs and see what happens.
The dream wasn't a dream. It was a nightmare until I made it a dream.
Oh my gosh, Philly is up 3-0 right here. The Rockets are in jeopardy. Let's jump in and see if they can complete the sweep. It is an absolute blowout. Philadelphia is up 134-118 with 49 seconds on the clock. And this means they come out of nowhere and they will knock the Rockets out instead of themselves. Philadelphia will pick up the Rockets' best player, which I believe is LeBron James. So they'll be having 2 of them. And this is going to come down kind of amazingly to the Bulls versus the 76ers. It'll be in the Eastern Conference Finals, of course. Let's go ahead and jump forward and see how these 2 teams stack up against each other. All right, it all comes down to this. Philadelphia versus Chicago. First, some stats. Let's just look through it quickly. There has only been 7 teams that have won a title in this thing. The Rockets won it twice. The Kings won it 3 times. The Bulls, kind of surprisingly, only won it 3 times despite making it this far. That speaks, of course, to the power of Michael Jordan. Warriors 4 times, Celtics 4 times, Lakers 5, and the 76ers finishing this out by winning the last 2 titles, have won this 7 times. Now, here are the 2 teams. This is a look at your 76ers. Of course, they have duo LeBron Jameses, but that is not all. Allen Iverson is still in the starting lineup despite starting here. As the same can be said, of course, for Moses Malone. They have Clyde Drexler, Dirk Nowitzki, Kareem is here, Dr. J is here, KD, Joel Embiid, Dolph Shays, Dr. J, Billy Cunningham, Bobby Jones, and then the other Wilt Chamberlain. So a very solid team there. On the other side of things, not quite as deep, but we have Walt Frazier, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, D-Rod, the better Wilt, D. Rose, Wes Unseld, Artis Gilmore, Jimmy Butler, Jerry Sloan, Bob Love, Joakim Noah, BJ Armstrong, Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine makes it this far.
Well, that was just as bad as Kazam.
And Reggie Theus. So obviously, the 76ers are a little bit deeper, but can the Bulls pull this off? Let's see how this one ends. Okay, the Bulls get game 1. Game 2 goes to Philadelphia. Game 3 also to Philadelphia. And Philly gets game 4. We're heading into game number 5. The whole thing is on the line here. The Bulls are going to have to work overtime to make this comeback. But if anybody can do it, it's definitely Michael Jordan. Let's hop in and see how this one finishes. Here we go. Philadelphia is at home. They're up by 2, 1:26 on the clock. What can Chicago do? Can they get back in this, or is this going to be Philly's game?
I said whatever.
Big step back there from D. Rose, but he misses the shot. You got to put that one down. Clyde Drexler gets the rebound, gets it over to LBJ, guarded by Scottie Pippen. That's a matchup I would love to see in real life. Both those guys at their prime. AI also guarded by Derek. Another great matchup. These matchups all across the court are pretty much incredible. Oh, LBJ puts him in the blender and hits it over Scottie Pippen.
He did it to him.
Not the best shot there, but the good first move to get around him. And here we go. It's a 4-point game, 55 seconds on the clock. The Bulls have to start moving fast. Jordan has the ball. That's probably who you want it here in the clutch. He gets Drexler in the air, but does not go for it. Instead, oh my gosh, what a terrible... Michael Jordan... I am flummoxed that Michael Jordan wouldn't take that shot, getting the guy up in the air, and then he just decides not to go for it. What is happening? There's a big block from Joel Embiid from earlier in the game. All right, let's see what happens coming out of this. I think, is he going to go to the line? No, they had a foul to give, so it's going to be a foul here, I assume. Send somebody to the line, probably going to be LeBron, I'm guessing. And no, there it is. There's the foul. LeBron is going to the line. Scottie Pippen has just fouled out as well. Bad news, Bulls.
I want to learn how to talk like that.
Here we go. Can LeBron make this a 6-point game with 42 seconds on the clock? His first shot is up, and that is a miss. Ooh, LeBron, this era of his career, not the best free throw shooter, I guess. Here we go. Second shot is up. He can still make it a 5-point game and stretch it a little bit. Does so there. The Bulls call a timeout. They have 42 seconds to try to get back in this. Let's see what they draw up. All right, the Bulls have most of their shooters in the game, it looks like. They got D Rose, they got Jordan, they got Walt Frazier, Dennis Rodman, and Wilt Chamberlain alongside them. Gets it into Wilt. Interesting behind the back pass there to, oh my God. Oh my God, D Rose missed 2 wide open threes here in the clutch. He could have sent this, they would be ahead if he could make his shots. Oh my gosh, D Rose misses another shot. And keep in mind, that's D Rose missing 2, Michael missing 1, and Allen Iverson is at the free throw line where he can pretty much put this game away with 34.5 seconds left on the clock. Here we go. First shot is up. That is a make. Allen Iverson, a very good free throw shooter. I gotta assume he's probably gonna make both of these and make this almost impossible for the Bulls to come back. Second shot is going up, and that is also a make. It is a 7-point game. Bulls call a timeout. They got to regroup. They got to take a shot fast. They've had open looks, but they've just been missing them all. Let's see if they can turn things around coming out of this timeout. Okay, the size of the 76ers is definitely presenting a problem for the Bulls. They do have MJ, though, so there's always a chance. Dennis Rodman got to get the ball in. Come on, buddy. Gets it into Walt Frazier. Frazier to Chamberlain. Chamberlain to D Rose. No, what are we doing? Okay, now it's to D Rose. D Rose, they call another timeout. A terrible possession. We definitely know where that one's going.
Now that absolutely will be on Shaqtin' a Fool right there.
All right, after wasting about 6 seconds doing absolutely nothing, here we go. The Bulls are going to try this one once again. Rodman is going to inbound the ball, looking for somebody, gets it into Walt Frazier. Probably got to go to Jordan here. Jordan being guarded by LeBron. Oh my gosh, Allen Iverson with the steal. The 76ers have been on a tear tonight, and the Bulls have just been unable to answer the call. Allen Iverson does miss there. Wilt Chamberlain gets the board. Can they do anything here? Michael Jordan brings the ball up the court, and another near steal there from LeBron. Oh my gosh, Michael Jordan, the guy who you would think is one of the most clutch players in the history of this sport, has been falling apart tonight.
Something ain't right.
And unfortunately for him, his running mate, Derrick Rose, has not been able to help. Can they turn it around here? They have 13 seconds left. Gets it into Wilt. Wilt's not going to shoot that. Okay, Frazier will shoot. Frazier will make. Maybe we should have been giving to him a little bit sooner. It is a 4-point game, and they're going to foul Clyde Drexler. He's going to go to the line, try to extend this even further. First shot is up, and that could miss. It does miss. Clyde Drexler with a rare miss there. Also, a very strange shooting motion there for Mr. Drexler. Clyde the Glide puts up his second shot. That one will go in. It is a 5-point game with 8 seconds left. There's a chance, but it's very, very low. D-Rose got to push it, gets it to Michael. Michael, come on, hit this, baby. Michael hits a huge, huge shot, buries that one. There's that clutch MJ we love to see. His airness puts his team within 2 with 3.4 seconds. There is a chance, but they're gonna need some luck here on these free throws. All right, who is the 76ers going to inbound the ball to? To be fair, it really doesn't matter. All these guys are good shooters. It's gonna be Allen Iverson going to the line. If he makes both of these, it is over. If he misses one, there is a chance. Here we go. Pressure cooker. Allen Iverson's first shot is up. That is a make. 3-point game. If he can put this away, the 76ers are going to be crowned champions of the bracket. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The 76ers are the champions of the all-time bracket. And so we'll watch them hoist the trophy. The confetti is falling. These guys definitely earned it. It has been a long and winding road. This does mean they won 8 championships in this thing, so definitely the team that has performed the best. The Bulls kind of had a little bit of a Cinderella story going for them, but unable to capitalize here at the end. Unfortunately, the size and skill, and to be fair, 2 LeBrons on your team is kind of cheating, but the 76ers are just too much for them here at the end of the day, and they are your champions. And look at this. It didn't even mess up and let one of the Bulls join the team. Allen Iverson and the rest of the boys get to lift their trophy. And with that, I am going to go ahead and get out of here. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.
Thank you.